Welcome back. He is known for his award-winning songs, and now this artist has dropped a brand new album. We are here with Skip Ewing, our good friend. Road to California, it dropped in April. But this is your 10th album.
I know, that's crazy. I said to my publicist was here with me, and I said, I have 10 albums? I didn't even know that, you know. But there was a big space, you know. There was almost 10 years between the last album when we cut Wyoming and Came and Saw You Then, and now this new album. And those were within a couple of years. And it's really exciting and fulfilling to be back making music.
Well, what was really exciting, you were playing music last night at a fundraiser. It was music for Mustangs. It was a benefit, and it was all for the Mustang Heritage Foundation.
Right.
So tell us about how the night went and what this organization, what their mission is.
Sure. Well, the night was great. We got to play. I got to play with my favorite musicians. I have a band called Horsepower 307.
Love it.
307 is the area code for the whole state of Wyoming, where I live, so it was lovely, and the people were lovely. And the Mustang Heritage Foundation, one of the women her name is Devin O'Day, she reached out to me, and because we live in Wyoming, she said, "Is there any way you can play for this spectacular?" And I said, "Absolutely." And I learned more and more about the Mustang Foundation, and they probably do much more than I'm going to give them credit for, but really they're looking for the health and well-being of Mustangs, and they also, when Mustangs are taken from BLM land, they work to place those horses where they have a future, because they're beautiful horses who've never been around humans, and there's so much potential in that, and I think horses only really have a future with humans, and so it's a very important, very rich heritage.
And so last night was the benefit dinner, but you are going to be teaching a class, and it just goes along with who you are as a person. Explain what you're doing. What is it, tomorrow? Tomorrow
at noon. It's Thursday at noon at the Williamson County Ag Center, some Ag and Expo Center. And yeah, well, like I said, we were talking earlier, there was a point at which I sold everything in Nashville, and I went on the road, and the only thing I worked with was horses for 8 years, something like that. Met my wife, moved to Wyoming. Wasn't sure I would continue doing music because it wasn't easy to be a writer in town, and I needed some artistic fulfillment. And we got to the place where we were in Wyoming, and suddenly I'm loving being there, and it just changed all the walks that we had going on, and put me on the path I'm on, you know. So
yeah. So tomorrow you're teaching about connection with horses, right, which is so cool.
I learned a great deal about myself working with horses. That was why it was a spiritual path for me in a way, because I kept going, man, these are amazing animals, and I learn about me by learning about them. And I mean the connection, the subtleties, the incredible feeling that can happen between horses and humans. And in doing so, I began to practice skills that enriched my relationships with people. So I understand now much better relationships between horses, but my relationships with people are different. Even my relationship with myself. And I know that seems like a stretch, but the things that we can do on the ground and in the saddle with a horse, the way we communicate, the way we balance and ground ourselves, and needing to be authentic, because the horse isn't going to know this stuff. No horse I've ever worked with knows my name or cares that I wrote all those hits, or they're just like, what kind of guy are you, and what kind of relationship are we going to have? And that's what I'm excited to share that, and yeah, so it's hard to describe, but if you come, you know.
Yes, exactly. Well, I heard a quote from you, and it said, you know, it's not about the charts, it's about the hearts, and that's who you're writing to. You're writing to your audience, your fans. And recently, one of your songs was cut by Ernest and Lainey Wilson. They ended up playing it at the Bluebird too. They did a duet version of the song you co-wrote, "Would If I Could." What was that like?
Well, and I've said this several times, I've never met Lainey and I've never met Ernest, but they're two artists that I respect, what I know about them. They're very talented, but Lainey seems she seems real, and I'm hoping I can say to her, thank you in person. But so, and I love that for our industry, you know, the country music industry. And Ernest is super talented, and yet wanted to record a song that he didn't write, that, you know, that Dean and I wrote. And he's got a sensitivity, an unexpected sensitivity about him. And I love what they did with the record. The record is so strong. And Lainey did a version for Apple Music. So Lainey's cut it twice, and Ernest has cut it once. And so when I listened to it, I just went, oh my gosh. And it's pretty real country, you know? I mean, I don't know how that translates, real country, but it's very country. And I love that. I hope it ends up on the radio. I hope it ends up on the radio in a big way. And I'm super. So if you guys are listening, thank you. You did a brilliant job on it, and I don't get to say that very often. Lots of songs cut, not always brilliant. That was brilliant.
Oh, yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, okay, so tomorrow you will be down in Franklin again. Just explain why everyone should go out there as a whole again. Just
sure.
Such a meaningful organization.
And even Tennessee made this, and I don't know if it's Mustang Heritage Week or if it's Mustang Week, but I mean, they really recognized it. There are going to be horses there and trainers there and people who have much to do with all the elements of that, who are going to show and work with and Mustangs who have come from the wild, never having had any human connection, until they have a beautiful connection working with these. And that's going to be this whole week. And I'm again going to do a clinic at noon on Thursday. But you should go and check it out. Go and see the Mustang Heritage. I think it's MustangHeritageFoundation.org. I think you would love what they have to say, even if you just like horses. But if you're into horses, come.
And if you're into Skip Ewing, you can meet him yourself.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Skip.
You're so delightful. I said this earlier. I said, man, I could talk to you all day.
Me too. Thank you so much. Everyone, you got to listen to his new album, Road to California. It's online at skipewing.com.